Hey guys. I'm gonna come back on later, but I just wanted to get on here just quickly because I had found something in one of these books. Okay. I keep finding empty books, okay, but they're not empty, they're like filled with stuff. And as we're like progressing and advancing in like these little lessons that we've grasped from what we've been through, our experiences, right, our life experiences, it kind of just goes to show that like when you're really focused on self, you integrate those things within you. Those are just a part of you now, they're who you are. So yesterday I was saying, like, through all the betrayals I had been through, and there were a lot, okay, to the point where like I had to rely on God for support, right? I found what I say and what I live by in the front of this book, and I'm like, that is so cool, right? Like being aligned with our thoughts, okay, our actions, our words, we really genuinely believe it, it becomes a part of us, it becomes a part of our character, our spirit, right? Right here, okay, strength is not how much I can take, it's the understandings of what, it's the understandings afterwards, so it can't hurt me the same again, okay? And that's something that I live by. I didn't write it very well there. I'll probably rewrite that, but I get it, I understand it, and I live by it now, okay? Because it helped me, okay? Say I am betrayed by a friend, a sibling, parents, okay? And it hurt me, okay? It broke my heart, okay? Having a good understanding of what's happening in that moment, hey, of what's happening in that moment and why it's happening, okay? Where was I at, okay? And it had a lot to do with like me not having an understanding of these people didn't love the same as I did, okay? Was usually what it was when I felt heartbroken, okay? And if you don't sit in that, if you don't sit in that heartache and feel it all out, right? You tend to shut it out, right? Distract yourself. And if you don't feel that, you don't understand it, you don't know the dynamic of that relationship that allowed that to happen, right? There's nothing we can really grasp to allow ourselves to not get hurt again by that same person, right? Not go all in like we were the first time just because we can take it, just because we know we can take it. Can we really though? I can't take that again, right? So I sit with it and I really understand it. And then that person can't hurt me like that again. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it makes sense to me. So like, even if it doesn't sound like it would make sense to anybody else, write it down anyways. You're onto something, okay? Aww, look at when I wasn't allowed to talk to my kids. Hello, my sweet babies. The coolest, most handsomest boys in the world. How you doing today? I miss you guys so much. I miss you so much like crazy. I'm sorry that I've been away for so long. I didn't know that we'd be apart for this long. Or else I would have let you know, and I'm sorry. My love grows and grows every minute for you boys, and I never thought it could get greater than those first snuggles in the hospital bed. Did you guys know that you guys were born in the same building? I can't wait to hold you again. Oh, and I'm telling him about when he was born. It's so cool to just keep like a little book and like just write a little note in there, right? Look at, I don't even know what this was about, but it says February 1st, February 1st, 2021. Be ready, this shakes you to your roots. But I don't know what that was about, but that's intense. And then most of this book is pretty empty. What's the lesson in the grand scheme? I guess that was a question for myself. Oh, I found some written pages here. Ugh, I was dealing with a very, the bitchiest CPS worker of my life, okay? She sucked. She sucked. She was always, like, harassing me and shit and being very intrusive when, like, I already piss in a cup every week for you, okay? Leave me alone. Ugh, and she'd say the meanest stuff, and I'd be like, you should not work with families. That's when I told her that she was harassing me, and I'd like to speak to her boss. And then finally, I was allowed to see my kids. It's like, Jesus. Just on a power trip for some reason. I was thinking that she was probably fucking one of the detectives that was, like, looking into my case, right? Because she was like, you can't have your visitation unless you tell me about this. And I'm like, I can't tell you information that's not true. This is harassment. And I was literally like, I had to woosa, okay? I had to woosa because I was vibrating. I had to compose myself. Like, who does that? Who uses their kids as leverage for information that isn't true? Okay, because it was based on these false reports. Because they were doing these false reports since they arrested me, okay? Since they started this shit. So, they had told my CPS worker that the reason that I got shot at was because I'm in a gang, okay? And I'm like, you know that my ex shot at me. You know this information. Okay? It was stupid. It was so stupid. I'm like, well, that's not true. So I don't know what to tell you. She's like, well, I'm not gonna let you see the boys until I have a good understanding that this isn't true. And I'm like, so what do you want from me here? Okay, I'm not gonna admit to something I didn't do. Fuck off. And then I told her she was harassing me. Hey guys. Honestly, I just came on here to read that book, but maybe I should read a little bit of another book that I wrote in. Random page here. Oh, snap. Maybe I shouldn't read this one. I've never read this one. Okay? I've never read it. Other than to myself. Because it was a very intense dreamscape, okay? It was a very intense dreamscape. It was about this lady. It was about this woman and her son, okay? Her name started with an M, but I couldn't get what M it was. It wasn't Maria, but I couldn't get it, okay? It was an M name. And then the boy started with an A, okay? But it was very, like, insidious, man. It was so... Have you ever watched that movie Insidious? Okay, there was a mother and son. They were missing or murdered. They didn't know, missing and murdered, right? This female, she was like younger, mid-age maybe, 25 to 40. I couldn't really tell, but she was a woman. Okay, and then there was like a husband slash boyfriend that was a suspect. Someone was like trying to ping the cell phones or whatever. They were last GPS'd in a ditch. Okay, this guy ditched the phones. And this woman was in the woods, okay? They were in the woods by like a river, like a stream, like a body of water, okay? And she was in a blue barrel. She was in a blue rain barrel beside a tree, okay? And she was in a chemical bath, okay? He was disposing her body. And then he would go and check on it, and he didn't know why she didn't decompose yet or something like that. Like, she was still kind of like staying intact. Not really, she's in chemicals, but like not as fast as it should, I guess. Okay. This is, and I was getting like, this was this woman's will to have this man be found guilty within their spirit, okay? Like God was preserving her a little bit because of strong will, okay? And I kept getting Will, so it could have been like, maybe that name was, his name was Will, or maybe there was a will, okay? And then I got check the will, okay? And then this man went ahead and sold this son to like pedophiles, okay? There was like a whole warehouse of fucking kids, okay? A child porn directors, okay? Sex trade. They would sex trade these mothers and then do this with their kids. Okay, and they'd also, like, some of them, they'd donate their organs to something or defiance. I don't know. I have messy writing here. Sometimes when I'm in the zone, I just chicken scratch it. Okay, this particular woman, okay, this woman with the M name, caught this boyfriend molesting her boy. And was going to I don't know what I was going to say here. Okay, and then this man like was trying to stop this woman from doing something. Okay, so it would have been like second degree or like manslaughter, right? Because it wasn't premeditated. He didn't set out to kill this woman. This woman caught him molesting her child. She went and did something to like attack him, right? And he accidentally killed her. It's like this person had a dark past, this boyfriend, this husband, and then this woman didn't know about it. He was into a petty ring, human trafficking, like black market organ trafficking. Okay, and then in this where these kids are, they're like coerced into making intimate video films. Okay, they were like orphans or missing children. Predators targeting single mothers, stalk and study. Fake parents. Okay, so like fake parents' friend or fake emergency. Okay, they'll be like, your mom's been in an emergency, or like someone's been in an emergency. You have to come with me. Or like your mom gave me permission, right? Fake permission. Or like they'd fake to be these parents' friends, okay, to abduct these kids. In the malls, public washrooms, park, play structures, bike trails, pools, beaches, public transit, in people's own fucking yards, okay? If they're home alone. Like people, you know how people like put leashes on their kids and then other people are like, that's not a pet. Bah, 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 bah. Okay, well, you're not that kid's parent and maybe that's not such a bad idea. Like that's not something to be laughed at. It's kind of genius. Okay, and then I was getting like the way that they were transporting like missing kids was like they would match like hair color and eye color. Eye color mostly, but they would try to match the predator with the child so that their features would look the same in a vehicle, so that public eye assumes that they're related. Okay. Rent different vehicles on the regular. And then I was getting dark web child medication and inhalers, allergy inhalers, but I don't know why. But yeah, that was a messed up one. Okay, it was messed up. And then these kids are like dirty and shit, and they only get cleaned up like if they're up to make their video. They look like lost in the eyes, you know? When someone looks like lost in the eyes. It was I had to like meditate after that one because it was fucked up. And then I also heard that it was in Alberta, and that's where the province that I live in. Okay, so I will read this one. And then I'll come back on later. Take your own advice, okay? Take your own advice. Don't take the advice of these people. Or ask them for their advice and then don't take that one. Okay, then you'll know what not to do. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. January 11th, 2024. This situation. There's a woman in their feelings about the consequences of her own actions. They're going to blame their ex-lover for their own actions. I only did that because of this. I only did this because of that. If you wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that, right? Okay. Tit for tat dynamic. Very promiscuous, okay? They're acting as if they're the only woman that would ever put up with this type of promiscuous behavior that this man does, okay? I want the only woman who would put up with it anyways. I'm the only, oh, okay, she was like trying to like say like, I'm the only one who would be with you anyways to put up with the way you can't get up. It was like an impotency. Okay. But this impotent problem that had went on or is going on, it will be healed as soon as you start trusting your intuition to block this person, to lay that hard boundary, okay? Because the reason this is happening to you is some sort of sex magic that this woman has done. Emotional manipulation, okay? It does get to this person, okay? This person is like, oh, she's right. She's fucking right. I can't get up like that, like I used to be able to. But she's the reason. She's the reason. Like being attached to her is someone's like a. Let me just keep reading. someone else's predictions are coming true, and they feel like you won't forgive them. You feel like someone's predictions are coming true, okay? Someone's predictions are coming true, and you feel like they wouldn't forgive you, okay? But that in itself is offensive towards this person's character, okay? Because this person is, for the most part, healed, okay? This person's very understanding, more than you know, okay? They have an old soul. Someone has an old soul. They're very understanding. Someone's all of a sudden trying to switch up. They're trying to switch faiths. They're like praying real hard to God now. They're like, God, please, 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 God, please, God, please, God. Like, what? Okay, if I were to go up to a stranger on the street, get on my knees and start begging them like that, what do you think they would do? Walk around me? You know? I don't know that person. I never took the time to work on a relationship with that person, right? You gotta practice it. I don't know, man, but they're like, okay, I believe, please, please, God, please, because they don't want to lose this person that they've done sex magic on. This is due to love spell backfiring. Okay, someone could have erectile dysfunction, okay? They want someone to have erectile dysfunction spells backfiring. Empathy spells, okay? So this woman who is doing empathy spells, sympathy spells, those are backfiring. So now this person, they don't give a fuck, okay? They don't care what you say to them. They were praying to be able to transfer a lifelong disease onto somebody else. And someone can just see right through this person. They're like, listen, you need to stop. You're like shutting all their lies down with your truth. Or somebody's truth is shutting these people's lies down. Okay, someone got tricked by a trickster. I heard that's a trick. That's a trick. Wants to remain privileged and popular. Okay, they feel like being with you gives them a certain status. There's illusion spells backfiring. Okay, someone was also trying to attack somebody's fetus, okay, and it backfired. Or it's backfiring. And it's very painful. Damn, that's fucked up. Someone's in their head for believing someone, okay? Believing someone in hearing that somebody else was a prostitute, okay? Or that they had a disease, or that they had a disease because they're a prostitute, something like that. There was someone lying about paternity, okay? So that is who the father is. Okay, they offered a baby mama marriage, betrayal for stability. So this person betrayed them. They wanted financial stability. But then they realized that they had left an emperor, their baby daddy, for a wannabe. A wannabe you. Okay, and they went and got poisoned or infected, okay? Okay, this person poisoned, infected you in order to set you up to go to jail or something like that. I don't fucking know. I can't even read my own writing. Don't drink or eat anything that this suspicious person is doing, okay? If they're like, hey, can we talk? Hey, can we talk? Or like they're like this tit for tat energy, okay? They're annoying. If they're being annoying, don't take anything that they eat or drink. Don't take anything that their family gives you to eat or drink. Okay, this person was consistently planting seeds of doubt the entirety of your relationship, okay? Notice how something came up that was actually a positive thing and they'd be like, yeah, but whatever the fuck negative thing they had to say. They were always 24/7 planting negative statements within your mind. Okay? You probably couldn't find yourself to want to be around this person much. But like that's what they wanted because they were seeing somebody else anyways. They liked when you were pissed off and went to work or something because then they could be happier too. Okay? They only wanted this because of some sort of stability. And that's why like they betrayed you alongside this other person. But that was a tactic of theirs. Like they're always going to say anything you say, anything anybody else says, they'll say something negative. I don't even know if this person knows that they're doing it because they do it so much. They could just be a negative ass person, right? But shit's toxic, okay? And it makes you that way. We don't realize how much people around us have an effect on us unless we really shut it out and protect our energy. But like if someone's consistently negative, we're gonna find ourselves thinking like that. We're gonna find ourselves trying to combat the next negative thing that they say. Okay? It's not healthy. It's fucking stressful, okay? For no reason either. They just don't want you to be happy, okay? And it's working, or it has worked, okay? Because when you're with this person, by the end of it, you were a grouchy motherfucker, okay? You were miserable. And that's not you, okay? That's not you. Someone has to remember who they are because they've been with this person for so long. Like block them out completely, okay? And only interact with people where when you come back from that interaction, you feel either neutral, lighthearted, happy, excited. Nothing negative. If you feel like someone's always bringing you some shit, block them for a week. Just like block all the negativity for 1 week and only accept those positive feelings, even if the only positive interactions come from strangers out shopping, doing errands, whatever. I do that a lot, okay? A lot. And I'll have so much fun on my own with my own happy, lucky attitude, right? And I don't know, I'm kind of a loner that way, but I'm happier that way, not dealing with other people's drama, and it makes your spirits go up, up, up. And then when people try to bring you down, you don't even get that down because you're so up. Yeah, this person wanted to make you miserable. Like, maybe it didn't start off that way, but it ended out that way. And then someone's negative friends, okay, were trying to get you to go back to her. They're like, well, I mean, if you want to be a responsible father or a family guy for the kids and the family. But it's because these toxic friends want you to themselves. Okay? You're always hanging out with these friends. You're always at work with these friends. You're always giving to these friends because you don't want to be home. You don't want to be around this wife or whatever this is. Because it's like, and that's why they're trying to convince you to go back to this wife, because they feel like if you have someone healthy, if you have someone who is your equal, your partner in life, then you won't have time and you won't be giving to them, okay? But financially, and I'm getting also like drinking or like hanging out. Gambling, I heard gambling. Okay, so you like take your own advice. Take your own advice. Okay, or listen to what these people have to say and know that there's some sort of, they get something out of how it is right now. That's why they want you to stay that way. And another reason people do this is because they know what they've done to you and they just don't want you to ever find that out. Okay? Or maybe this wife knows, and I don't know, man. It seems like these people are in cahoots. They want you to themselves. They think that if you're in a healthy relationship that you will see less, they will see less of you. And the benefits that come with that, okay? Finances. Someone was misdiagnosed. Okay, they were misdiagnosed. They weren't, like the hospital knew what was wrong with them and they didn't tell them. Okay, this was another tactic to allow this person to look crazy. Here you had a miscarriage, okay? Whatever, if it was a woman and it was like down there, you had a miscarriage. Okay, and they should have gotten you on some sort of medication when you have a miscarriage in order to flush everything out, and they didn't, and they knew that they didn't. Okay, they were hoping you get some sort of infection or I don't know, but I'm getting that like spirit cleared it for you. Like God cleared it for you, so you're good. That's fucked up. So these doctors wanted something to happen. There's an opportunity here. Okay, someone's searching for your next opportunities constantly. Okay, it's like premeditated sabotage because I hate that they're happy. Happiness haters trying to scout out someone's opportunities. Okay, I'm also getting like this person who had a miscarriage could be due to the fact that another woman was doing fetus attacks on them. Okay, but now this energy is backfiring. Okay, and this person's having a lot of pains. And that's just the equal and opposite reaction, right? Corruption gave you up. Oh, corruption. These people gave you up to like, these people had cop friends, okay? Or they're fucking a cop. Poly relationship with stalkers. Some of the stuff that like I hear is random. So if it means something to you, I hope it does, because I can't understand it sometimes. But I just put it out there. Poly relationship with stalkers. Okay, so I'm getting like someone was invading someone's privacy, scouted them out, and then this is how they kind of like, could you imagine stalking someone and knowing that they're at a place and then just like bumping into them and being like, oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. Like, what? What? Like, what? Don't you feel creepy? I feel creeped out for you. And then it worked. Like, people are hard up, man. They'll bump into someone who they think is rich just to be like, oh, hey, never seen you here before. when they've been fucking stalking you this entire time, watching your pockets, everything. Ew. That's weird. Desperate. Someone's desperate and crying because they watched you move on. They're watching you move on. You're happier. Well, no shit. You were trying to make this person miserable. A toxic family dynamic. Someone's baby's father is actually their family member. Like either their father or their brother or their cousin. They're enraged because of disrespect and lies from people that you are loyal to day in and day out. Like, you would take these people's advice. So this is why you take your own advice, because these family members, this woman, these friends, they all want you to remain giving to them, okay? Or they could have taken something from you in the past, and they're trying to cast these illusion spells to have it stayed covered up. Okay? You empower yourself being happier, doing these certain healthy practices, even just a healthy routine, you'll get downloads, right? You'll just become more creative. It doesn't make you suppress things, right? It makes things, I don't know, they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to find some shit out. And it feels like the reason that they're doing this has a bigger meaning behind it. Something of the past. And like the benefits that you created for them. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say well, you know that the blood's thicker than water, or you know that you've been with them forever, or something like that, right? Like, they'll make you feel guilty as if your masculinity, your being a man has any relevance. It doesn't. They feel like if they bring your manlyhood into it, okay, for example, this woman speaking about impotency, okay, this other friend talking about family guy, right, being a family man. Of course you love your kids. Of course you wish that you could have a happy, healthy family. Of course you wish you could get up, right? It's like, of course I wish I'd be able to be doing these things, but you literally can't. And these people are the ones casting doubt upon you that make you not be able to do this, who throw a bunch of attacks, spells that make you not be able to do this. So they're like pulling at your heartstrings with things that actually matter to you, knowing that they're a piece of shit trying to like fucking do the nastiest things to you to get things out of you. So it's like they act like they care, but they don't really. Okay? And they portray like they care to everybody else too. Okay? That's that same bullshit. But they don't really. That's not really what they care about. Otherwise, they would never plot like that. Otherwise, they'd never lie like that. Otherwise, they'd respect you enough to tell the truth about certain things. And they don't. Okay, so it's like, really, really listen to people's actions, okay? Because really, they're just going to try to make you feel like shit. Like you ain't enough. Like you're not man enough. Like you're not a good enough father. Like you don't have enough support for whoever birthed your kids. If whoever birthed your kids is manipulative, okay, and psychologically abusive, yes, you lay a hard boundary, okay? I have a baby father like that, okay? Very abusive, very, on every level, okay? We don't speak. I told him not to speak to me, okay? And that's for like, that will benefit me and my child one day, okay? It just will, because he would have did the same thing to my son, okay? And he used my son as like ways to interact with me, okay? And I'm not, no, no one's gonna do that to my kid, right? You have to make the appropriate decision for you first, and then your kids, and then whoever you choose after that, okay? But they should be loyal, they should be kind in spirit. When you leave interactions with them, you should feel either neutral or higher in spirits. Or it's toxic. That's how I gauge it. Like after I've interacted with this person, how do I feel? Okay, now if it's lower in spirits, are those my emotions? Were those my words? Were those my thoughts? Yeah, that was my energy. I'm feeling kind of low today. So then you can't really take that one into consideration, right? Okay, but then if you know that wasn't your energy stepping into that interaction, then you know what it is. You know what it is. It's like somebody is tolerant to assholes. To people blatantly lying. Like, this person, I'm getting this person will be looking at the person lying to them and be like, and just wait for them to be done talking. Okay? They're just waiting for them to be done talking. They're waiting for this person to ask how much money they need is what they're waiting for. And like, you're enabling these people by continuing to do it. Okay, by not understanding what's really going on there. What the relation dynamic is like. Right? It's like someone's really stunting someone's growth for a long time. And they're allowing it to happen. So they're watching you be happier on your own, and they're crying. Enraged because of the disrespect and lies. Okay? But you knew this. You knew that they were lying to you. Okay? You knew that part. Intuitively, you knew that they were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing that was disrespectful. But you just didn't care enough to know because you're miserable around them anyways. It's like, fucking whatever. But you didn't think it was this bad. It's like you already knew. Like, don't be surprised, okay? Just take it easy on self, because I mean that's a bad one. Okay, that's a bad betrayal. Okay, because you're like financing this woman and this kid, and it's like the father's actually like in your like immediate family or a first cousin or some shit. Damn. And they like get money off of you. Both of them. And you think this is your kid or something. Someone's going through that, man. That is terrible. Okay? And then these people telling you, trying to like pick at like, you need to do this to be a good man or a good parent or whatever. Like the nerve of these people, it's just like they have no right to say that to you. Don't let anybody talk to you like that. Okay? You're a good person. Okay? You'll probably still be respectful after you cool down. It's just this is a lot to process. Oh, I'm getting like, actually once somebody cools down, they'll actually feel good about it. They'll be like, I'm actually really glad that happened, because I wasn't happy. So there will be like a phase of like, wow, maybe that was a good thing. Like a blessing in disguise moment. It'll be momentarily, okay? Because it's still a shit situation. It still pisses you off no matter how long it's been. But like there will be a moment in time where there's a glimpse of, I'm glad that happened. Someone's trying to persuade you to think that you took, the actions that you took to burden someone. Okay, they're like acting like they were so enjoyed that they had made you reject people, okay? And if they couldn't have you reject people, they would get your mom to say something, or they'd get your dad to say something, or they get like all these people would like make sure that only people that they liked, only people that they could manipulate, only people that were mostly on their side you'd interact with, okay? By either going to you or going to this person, okay? But someone was so happy that you rejected someone because you took their advice. Take your own advice. Opinions are like assholes. Okay, I'll come back on later. Those are old messages. I'll pull some current energy later on. Have a good day, people.